Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to the midweek weekend preview for the Premier League. It's relentless, isn't it? It feels like I'm recording one of these every second day right now, but a quick review of last game week and a massive congratulations to Gaz Monster. 15.5 points. That is got to be a record. I'm not sure if it is a record, but it's certainly a massive, massive score ahead of UKILFC. With 12.5, double digits also for Rujistan. Parramatta Power had a good week. And the Real Villain struggled somewhat this week, which makes things really, really interesting. If you go to the overall leaderboard, it's down to a point between the Real Villain and Rujistan for the top of the table. So it's really, really exciting. I've got myself back up into third ahead of Parramatta Power, Adam Riley, who had a poor week, and Gaz Monster absolutely flying up after their week last week. I tell you what, if they cut more weeks of that, and they could still go and win this thing. So it's really, really closing in at the top. It's an exciting battle, though, with only a few more game weeks to go. Let's go and have a look and see what we're predicting this week. Let's go over here and have a look. First up, it is Crystal Palace Chelsea. Crystal Palace 0, I think is what they're called these days, isn't it? I don't even know if they've scored recently, but anyway. So let's say 2-0. Chelsea need the points. Crystal Palace don't, so we'll go with that. Watford versus Norwich. I need Norwich to win this. I really, really do, but I don't necessarily see it happening. Let's go with our heart and not our head and say 2-1 Norwich for that one. Arsenal versus Leicester City. Have Leicester turned the corner, or was it just a one-off? Let's say 2-1 Arsenal, maybe at home, get that one. Manchester City versus Newcastle. Surprise, obviously, that they got beaten by Southampton, having smashed Liverpool. You do wonder, though, if that's their season done. They won, they smashed Liverpool, prove to themselves that they're still decent, and they'll go from there. Probably 2-0. It'll be a bit of a boring one, I think. Sheffield United versus Wolverhampton. You get the feeling both these teams are going to be very disappointed when it comes to European football at the end of the season. Let's say 1-0. I think Wolves are just that little bit better, aren't they? West Ham versus Burnley. Burnley, please go and do me a favour. I worry a little bit that West Ham's found some form. Brighton versus Liverpool. Liverpool weren't great versus Villa, were they? But they're probably still good enough to get the job done down there. In Brighton, Bournemouth versus Spurs. Bournemouth, they almost look more relegated than Villa does right now, don't they? It's a Jose team. Let's say 2-0. It'll be an efficient 2-0, won't it? Everton versus Southampton. Southampton, they're decent, aren't they? Everton at home, though. Maybe... let's go 2-1 Everton. 2-1 Everton. And the game that everybody does not want to see, that I fear greatly. We have a terrible record against Manchester United at the best of times. Never mind when they're banging in goals for fun. Can you tell I've given up on this season? So let's go with that. Okay, quick update of the fantasy football. We should probably go and have a look at the table first. I had a good week this week. I was thinking maybe I closed in on first. I was mistaken. Vulture FC, 85 points. That just about seals that, I would think. Cobra Chickens had a poor week. It's all on for second and third. Only 2 points back now of the Cobra Chickens. Good week for the Math Bandits down there in sixth with 62 points, tied with Jokers FC. And an average squad had an average week, unfortunately. But still some decent scores being put up in the league, which is good to see. My team for this week, I have made one change. I have bought in Mason Greenwood. I don't think you can't not have him in your team right now. He's only, I think, 4.6 million and playing for Manchester United and scoring as well. So he's come in for Jordan Ayew. Otherwise, the team is more or less the same. It's Pope in goals. It's Alexander-Arnold, Connor Cody, and our Turkish friend in the Leicester defence as my back three. Fernandez is captain because he's playing Aston Villa this week. Willian, it's Salah and Martial. I do enjoy my midfield, I've got to say. And Greenwood, Calvert-Lewin, and Jimenez are my strikers. And hopefully we won't need the bench at all. So that is my team. That's my picks. A quick update as well. The Formula 1, Fantasy Formula 1 did start this week. If you haven't joined yet and you'd like to join, just let me know and I can send out an invite for you. We're going to go all over the world here now, are we? Here we go. So it's S. Delaney with a massive week ahead of T. Gray, myself, my wife, and Gary Turpie just bringing up the back there. But that's it was a weird race, wasn't it? A very, very weird race. And yeah, it didn't help when Verstappen, Ricciardo, and Stroll all retired for me. I've got to say that certainly hurt my hurt my points tally. But that's it for this week, guys. If you have enjoyed it, well, make sure you do your tips first of all. Looks like a lot of you have already done so, which is good. And hopefully this video will be out in time before kickoff for the first game. Take care.